All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron Michael Eschenberg here, Honest Day, bringing you some honest astrology for the new moon that's going to happen on Saturday, the 28th of September, 2019. All right, we've had these stelliums happening. Venus and Mercury travel with the sun. Mercury travels usually 30 degrees ahead or 30 degrees behind. It stays very close. And Venus is within 60 degrees. Two signs basically before or after the sun. And this year, where we've been traveling at for the past couple of months, Venus, Mercury, and the sun have all been traveling together. Okay, so we've had stellium after stellium going from Cancer into Leo into Virgo, which we've just now completed this Virgo. Mars was there as well. Mars is still in Virgo. And now we're moving to the stellium in Libra, okay? In Libra, what are we all about? This is all about our relationship with other people right now, okay? So this is really, really, really important, as this first half of the year has been about our personal journey, and it's been us dissolving our old past, dissolving the things that we no longer, the things that no longer serve us, with the South Node up there in Capricorn. Saturn up there in Capricorn connected with the South Node. We're releasing old karma. We're releasing, this karmic old past. We're changing the game. All right. We're seeing things for what they are. And we're seeing things for what they could be at the same time, and being very real about how things are, and being also very real using our imagination with Neptune up there in Pisces, using our imagination to make something greater than what is. If we only see life for how it is, the more we get of what is. We have to be able to use our imagination to expand, to dream of something that is greater than that of what we know, of what is right now in front of us, right? So this is very, very important. So it's like we've been going from Cancer. Let me go back to Gemini, okay? Because we've been experiencing that this past week as well, as everything's shifting. We're going from Gemini to Cancer, the moon. Now it's in Leo, and then we're going to be in Virgo for a couple of days, and then we're going to hit this new moon on the 28th, on Saturday. So it's like, when we had all this information in Gemini, that's what it was. There's a lot of information, and it's just like, here's us here. I'm going to use my little singing bowl mallet. Here's us, and then this is our opinion, our beliefs, our views, whatever. This is us, This is our fluorescent tube of light. We're emitting our own light, okay? Imagine this is glowing. Here, we'll use this one. It's glowing, this glowing light, okay? And what happens is we have, here's Mary and here's Joe, and then we've got, here's the social media, the world at large, and then we've got, this person's books, and then things. Okay, we have all of this stuff that's clouding us, clouding our image, clouding who we are. Our beliefs, our, the truth, the core of what we are. Okay, so during all of this information that's been happening while we've had the stellium in Gemini, leading up to this, this is all coming together. We've been bombarded with all of this information to the point where we can lose sight of exactly who we are, lose sight of ourselves. Okay, it's just information overload on who you should be. What kind of clothes you should wear, or what kind of, how you should smell, how you should look and do your hair, and how you should feel. And if you're not mad about this issue, then you aren't a caring human being. It's just like, oh my God, this is yours, and that's like, okay. And now we move into the Cancer season, and it's like, okay, it's like, do my emotions even matter? There's all of this information and being clouded with all this information. What was on the other side of all that information? We got Jupiter home in Sagittarius, right? It's saying, no, it's not about all the information. It's about the higher information. It's about the faith, about learning, right? It's about learning the stuff that's good for us. It's like, not every piece of food in the food market is actually good for you. It's not sustainable nutrients, So it's like deciphering and discerning the junk food from the food that's actually the nutrients, okay? So that's been this learning curve that's been happening this year. So there's all this information. We're overwhelmed in Willy Wonkaville or whatever, and with all of these things, and it's just like, but what does my soul need? This North Node down there in Cancer, what does my soul need? It needs nurturing, it needs compassion, it needs honesty, it needs authenticity, you know? Yes. Okay. So then it's just like, well, does my opinion even matter? I'm being, everybody else's opinion has so much something to say, and then it's just like, yes, my opinion does matter. Stellium here in Cancer, the North Node here in Cancer. It's like my opinion ultimately is the truth. My opinion is the only truth. Now we're getting into Libra season, right? So this is about relationships with other people. Now let's come in here. There are groups. Now, this is kind of like a single life kind of a thing, but there are groups of men and women, both, that will never allow their friend to experience love. Okay? It sounds weird to say, but you know what I'm talking about. There's these little groups, little cliques of men and women alike that no matter what, if this is a group of guys, no matter what woman is out there, she's not good enough for your mate, for your bud here, or vice versa. No man is good enough for your girlfriend, and it's terrible that these opinions of these groups weigh over so much on somebody else's life. You know what I mean? And it's just like these are stirring that repeating cycle and spiraling down. Because it's like nitpicking, looking for the wrong. You will always find what you're looking for. If you're looking for the wrong, you will always find it. If you're looking for the good, you will also always find that. But you know what I'm saying? So it's just like this little group here. It's just like, oh, there's this, and then your friends pick this other individual apart that you might really enjoy. You might really have something with, a kinship. And it's just like, wow, everybody else's opinion mattered more than your opinion. And we get rid of that, right? It says, no, I am aligning with myself. I'm aligning with my own compassionate, caring authenticity. My opinion, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your opinion, but my opinion ultimately is the only opinion that matters here. And if this relationship works for me, it's going to work for you guys as well. It's going to work out because this is what I'm choosing, right? So then we move into the stellium in Leo. Okay, we have to have the courage, the faith, whatever. The leadership roles, courage in oneself. These leadership roles of like fearlessness. Like I'm gonna do whatever it is. I'm gonna conquer. I'm gonna overcome this kind of a thing, right? So we're overcoming. And that's where the moon is right now. It's this overcoming, conquering. Okay, I made this morning, I made a little report about what's going on today. But this is important, that this energy leading up to this new moon. It's very, very important. So again, it's just like deciphering and discerning that no one else's opinion matters except for yours. Okay, truly. They're all appreciated opinions, but your opinion is the ultimate truth. You speak ultimate truth. You know the ultimate truth. All right. Then we have the courage to act. Okay, this is a fire sign of Leo, the courage to act upon these notions. All right. Then we've been dealing with all this Virgo energy, and I could not go on and on and on enough about us finding our place, us aligning our work with our heart. I literally just talked to a friend yesterday, and she's like, yeah, I up and quit my job. She's like, it's not serving my heart. And I'm just kind of laughing. She's like, what? I was like, dude, that was literally my astrology post for all of Virgo season. Is just like we have this abrupt aha moments, especially with everything in Virgo hitting that perfect trine over to Uranus. It's just like this breakthrough. It's the aha. It's the lightning strike. Done. I'm done with this. I got to follow my heart. I got to follow my passions. All right. I'm being led into this direction. I need to work. I need to be of service to other people. It's not just this dog and pony show. It's not just a fashion show everywhere. We actually need to do something. We need to apply our talents and our gifts to other people. Okay? And now we've been dealing with that. So now it's time that we're actually dealing with the other people. And it's just like, okay, now I know self. I have the courage to be an individual. I have the courage to be myself. I can be me, my this individual, without being clouded by everybody else's opinion, by people pulling me and tugging me, telling me how to be, what to look like, who I should like and love. And, it's like, that's for you. This is me and my path, and we can walk together We respect that. So now we're dealing with this Libra stellium. This is all about relationships, 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 relationships. Now, the thing with relationships is there's a timing for everything, okay? And there's a lot to talk about here. One, where do we find people when we're in relationships? And this is like a frequency thing, okay? Now, if this is not applying to you right now, I'm going to talk about, well, it does. This goes all around. So just bear with me here, okay? Bear with me. So if you are a single person, you just gotten out of a relationship, maybe you were down, this is a frequency thing, and you have been down, okay? And you are wanting or trying to attract a mate, something like this, okay? Understand that if our frequency is down here, if our lower vibration is in a need place, okay, and we attract a mate, well, they're also going to be in a place of need. They're also in that same lower vibration, if that's where we're at, okay? Like if you just got out of a relationship, maybe, you were cheated on or something, it was a bad relationship, a bad breakup, all right? And it puts you in a place where you're reaching out to get that, okay? Now, when we're in this vibration, law of attraction says we're going to attract exact equal match to us, okay? So then we get this. We get that exact equal match. And okay. Now what happens is we should be growing together, growing. But often what happens is one of these people was there in that frequency, and that's where they're happy in the frequency. The other person was only there for a short amount of time while they were coming back up and, gaining their ego back, that Leo fire, okay? So what happened is you've met people down here, and you're not going to stay down here. We're going to grow. Jack and the Beanstalk. But if this energy down here was never planning on growing, if that's where they were at, we're going to separate. Okay, that's the nature of this of vibration frequencies. Okay, that's the nature of how this stuff works. So while we're picking our relationships, we have to be in the same vibrational frequency. Okay. Now, the opposite goes. If we're up here and we are ready, we're this pillar of light, and you're ready to find this other pillar of light, okay? You have to wait till that fruit ripens. You have to wait from that energy to go from here to this up here, okay? When we're talking about, this is deep work right now, the relationships that we're getting into, and this isn't just romantic, physical relationships I'm talking about, okay? We're talking about business partners. We're talking about, any kind of a relationship, okay? This definitely deals with love, as let me show you the chart. I don't think I've done that quite yet. So again, this is for the 28th, 2:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in Detroit. We still have this North Node quintile to Mars, okay? This is, again, putting in the work that follows the heart. This new moon is happening at 5 degrees of Libra. And what's happening right across the way there is Chiron. Okay, so this is healing of self, whatever we're doing, whatever relationships that we're acting upon. There's a great sense of healing that goes into it, a great sense of understanding a better self-placement. Then further, the annoying aspect, this quincunx, right? 5/12. Okay. This is our big breakthrough. When we surrender, sometimes with others, we can let go and chop up this past. Not only this past, this older traditions that need to be modified and changed. Okay. Old traditions need to be modified and changed. Beautiful. And then we've got the sextile obviously happening there with Jupiter. It's happening with Venus. Exact. Okay, so this is about love. So I'm talking about relationships in general, but we're talking about new love coming in, new big breakthrough love coming in. All right. Now, if you're already in a relationship, that means we're talking about, diving deeper into the love that we have. Okay. Deeper into the love that we have with the partner that we currently have. So I was talking a moment ago about, our vibrations being on different frequencies. All right, now for this pillar of light, if we're up here and we are trying to, we're this magnet pulling in other people of the same frequency. We're not gonna come down here in this despair. No, we're this pillar of light. We're the fire, but we're not trying to attract the moth. We're attracting the other pillars of light. We're attracting the other fire. Think about it like food, okay? You can pluck food too early. You can go to the garden. You can go to the farmer. And you can pluck that food, and it's not going to have the nutrients that it needs, that your body needs. Okay, this is so important right now. Everything comes at the right time. Okay, now you pluck this thing too early. It sits in a truck. It ripens on the truck, and it gets to your house, or it gets to the grocery store. You go get it. It does not have the nutrients your body needs. It was ripened in the truck, not on the vine. Okay, that's not what our soul is looking for right now. That's not what our heart is looking for in this energy. We're looking for the real deal. We're looking for the fruit that's ripened right then and there, that's done the work, fully done the work right then and there at the garden. Okay, plucked at the right time, full of nutrients. All right, and this is all about timing. So why am I saying this now? Usually I don't try to put out new moon, full moons days in advance, but it is very, very important right now, while the moon is in Libra, or while the moon is in Leo, that we're finding our courage, we're finding our strength, and reminding ourselves, that our opinion, as the moon was in Libra, everything's in Libra, the moon was in Cancer just a couple of days ago, again, about our own authenticity, about following our own heart, following our own truth, because at the end of the day, we have to live with ourselves. We're the ones that live with our decisions. We're the ones that choose who we're connecting with and who we're not connecting with, and why we're not connecting with someone or why we are connecting someone resides within us. Wholeheartedly resides within us, and we're finding the courage. We're taking these last couple of days, and especially while the moon's going to be in Virgo, we're doing that work. We're doing the inner work. All right. Again, like I want to show you this real quick, because this is a cool aspect. Again, right there where Mars is going to be. Okay, now let's go back a day. Let's go back a couple days. All right, so the moon's right about here right now. It's at 2 o'clock on the 25th. So this is like that 2:30. So this is about when this video is going to come out. So moon's right here. We're getting this boost. We're getting this beautiful boost. Then tomorrow we're moving into Virgo. Okay, moving into Virgo, we're gonna, it's again putting in the work. What do we need? The emotional moon is what we need. We need to do the work, our own self work. We need to find our own purpose, and that purpose, one, how are we making an impact on others' lives? And then when we come up here, and we get that quintile. Okay, again, this is super creative. This is fated energy. Again, connecting our hearts with our passion, with what we're doing, how we're being of service to others. And then the new moon happens. It's like, okay, so who's coming with me, right? So this is what I've been talking about the past couple of days. And if you haven't been feeling that energy of like, who's coming with me, we're going to start feeling it now, okay? Because the fruit is ripe. The fruit is ripe come this new moon, all right? It's ripe for the picking. It's ripe to start making these connections. We just needed to be ready. We needed to make sure that we're not operating from this lower vibration, this lower frequency, and further that we're not attracting others that are operating on this lower vibration, this lower frequency. We need this strength right now. We need the strength of the lion, right? We need the courage. We need the leadership. We need that for ourselves, and we need that in the people that we're attracting, It's like, it's like the 5 people you have around you. You are a reflection of that. So it's just like, are these 5 people around you, are they dragging you down or are they lifting you up? Should be lifting you up, all right? Lifting each other up. So it's like we got new friends coming in. We got new exciting friends, new relationships. And again, if you're in a love relationship, that's great, because it's only going to deepen. Your communication's going to deepen. We're talking about, again, Venus, perfect sextile to Jupiter, home, also squaring Neptune. So this is like the expansion of love that we've been talking about all year long. Expansion, a love beyond what we thought was possible. starting this Saturday. It is such a beautiful Saturday, a beautiful new moon that is really going to shape the rest of this year. Okay, because again, for the rest of the year, we're talking about other people. It's all about our relationship with others and how we are working together to create something bigger than self. It's beautiful, beautiful weekend. Have a beautiful weekend. Have a happy new moon. In Libra, it's all about the other, right? So give them a big hug, whoever it is. Open your arms. We'll see you tomorrow.